Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers. It's Luke here, and it's a big game this weekend. A real bogey team. It used to be teams like Everton that we never used to be able to get a result against, but we have never ever got a win against Brighton in the Premier League. I remember us beating them 6-0 back in the Championship days of Ricardo Vasto hat-trick, but in the Premier League they really have been a bit of a voodoo club for us. They're having a good season. You would expect that. They're a good team. They lost Graham Potter earlier on this season to Chelsea, and things haven't quite worked out for him. But De Zerbi has really carried on that style of play, and they've lost some big players. They lost Maupay, they lost Trossard, they lost Bissouma as well, but they've managed to keep hold of it, and arguably one of the best run clubs in the Premier League in terms of transition. They never seem to be short. They always seem to be same ideas. The same manager fits in perfectly. The same players just are able to adapt to that same style. And it never seems like there's panic around that club. They're currently sitting in 8th. Like I say, really good season. They beat Stoke in the FA Cup on Tuesday night. That was their last result. Weekend in the Premier League, they did lose 1-0 to Fulham. Arguably, them and Fulham have probably been, the real good sort of surprise packages of the season. That are up there where really West Ham, you'd like West Ham to be. I'm not going to say we should be, because no one deserves to be, and no one, has that divine right to be there. But it's where I'd like West Ham to be. Where we have been for the last 2 years, and they've took that on this year. And before that was a 1-1 draw to Palace. At home this season we did lose 2-0 to them back in August, and last season it was a 3-1 loss. Like I say, not a good hunting ground there, and whenever they come down to London Stadium, again, not the best of times for us. Their top goal scorer is Grosh, and Mitoma also in there with 7 goals. Out for them, possibly Moda, Lallana and Ustepina. March is iffy. Hoping he is out, but I do believe I have read something and seen a few videos out there saying that he probably is fit for this game. They usually play the 4-2-3-1 formation with Sanchez in goal. Veltman, Webster, Dunk and Lamperty, a very good player, Lamperty on that left-hand side. Player I wouldn't mind at West Ham. I don't think we'd be able to get him now, because I think he's gone up again. Like, next club will be quite a decent club for him, I believe. Goss and Casido, fantastic in that midfield. We know that Casido was wanted by bigger clubs and nearly did leave in the summer. But he has stayed there, and they've had a great season with him. I expect him to go in the summer. He's another one that maybe the team that doesn't get Declan Rice would maybe look at Casido as the next one. So yeah, him and Rice is a good battle in there tomorrow. If he does play, March will probably be on that right wing side. McAllister, World Cup winner, fantastic player, had a really good World Cup. Again, will he be at Brighton next season? And again, I don't think they fear these things. Not like West Ham. West Ham, we always fear that, when Declan goes, what we're going to do, when and if Bowen goes, for example, if people start sniffing around the good because of his good performances recently. Where at Brighton you don't get that impression, that they think, McAllister, yes, he won the World Cup, well done, we'd love him to stay, but if he does go, we'll find someone. And they're probably already, it wouldn't surprise me if Brighton look at every single player in their team and go, right, let's identify the next person that can come in. If these guys go and have worldy seasons, or, if we get an offer we can't refuse, we can keep that transition going. Mitoma on the other side, and young Ferguson up front, who's been doing really good. The Shrimps are attacking down the wings. They create lots of chances by using the through ball. Very skillful players that can create opportunities as well. And defending set pieces is also listed as a strength. In terms of weaknesses, protecting leads and aerial duels. Style of players, loads of short passing, through balls, and they do attack down the middle quite a lot. For us guys, Fabianski is still remained injured with that cheek. So it will be Areola in goal again. I think he's done okay the last few games. And a guy that I've been wanting to start. And, this is a real chance for him with Fabianski being out now maybe for a couple of weeks, for him to really cement himself as the number 1 West Ham goalie. So it's up to him now to grab those gloves. So he will get the game against Brighton. He will get the game in Cyprus. Good chance he'll probably get the Villa game as well. And then he'll definitely get the Cyprus game at home as well, because we know he's the cup goalie. You know, if he can have some good performances between now and then, you know, like I say, by all chance he could make it his own, which I hope he does. I really do. Danny Ings will obviously be back for this game as well, on the back of the two, you know, the 4-0 win and the 2 goals he scored at the weekend. Obviously, he couldn't play in the cup game, so you know, a rest for him. He has to play though. He has to play. Antonio just absolutely shocking the weekend, not the weekend, in the week. You know, just poor ideas. He can't turn a man anymore. He's just ineffective. He's so ineffective. I know he scored against Forest the weekend, but he's just so ineffective. Use him as an impact sub if you want to, but this man cannot be starting for West Ham anymore. Cornet as well. David Moyes in his press conference said Cornet could be on the bench. Look out, I know Gio said it on Hammer's chat, so look out for if he's in the under-21 team tonight. If he's in that, he's not going to play in the Brighton game, but good chance that, you know, he'll get, if he does play in the under-21s tonight, for example, he could get 60 minutes behind his belt, and then he might start in Cyprus, which would be a good game to, again, get him a little bit of fitness. Soufal, you know, remains to be seen whether he's injured with that heel injury that he picked up in the game. If so, Ben Johnson did a good job, and I think he's looked fairly solid in the couple of games that he has played. He seems to have, you know, been working on his attacking side of the game as well. You know, been getting upfield and, you know, trying to work on his crosses, which is good to see. I want to see Emerson start this game as well. I think Emerson has been good, and he, again, very effective against Manchester United. I thought he did a good job for a long time in that game. Defence again will probably be a Gerd and Oggy, unless Zuma is fit. We'll wait and see. A Gerd will obviously, I don't think he'll play as bad as he did against Manchester United. You know, most of the goals were his fault. You know, and you have bad games, you know what I mean? And that's just unfortunate that it was in that scenario. Rice in the middle with Paqueta, you know, those two have to play. Paqueta's getting better and better with every game, growing in confidence, really trying to, you know, enforce himself on the game. Saeed Benrahma has to start. Absolutely fantastic. When the reins are off, you see how good he's getting, getting goals, getting assists, absolutely causing havoc. Bowen on the right will come back in, and obviously, like I said, Danny Ings up front with Skamaka, hopefully to be used to come on. So yeah, exciting times. I think I left one player out there, probably will be Soucek sitting in the top there, who has been better, I have to say. He's still never going to be the best on the ball. You know, very upright and stiff sort of player, but yeah, he has been a bit more effective in recent weeks. Do I think we're going to get anything in this game? I think we can get a draw. I do think we can get a draw. I really do. I don't think we'll beat him. Just that voodoo thing is just, you know, always there, and it just doesn't seem like it's the right time at the moment, the way we're sort of, you know, just fighting for our lives a little bit. But if we did get a win, and I said it every week, if we did get a win, I'll tell you what, my confidence would be a lot higher, and I do believe we probably will just about survive. Then we'll get out of it. If we were to get a win, it would be a fantastic result. You know, these are few games that, like I say, although we haven't beaten them in the Premier League, these are sort of games, the Brighton game, the Villa game. You know, if we can pick up 4 points in those games, I have to say I'd be fairly confident we'd start then. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the lack of Manchester United review. Do you know what? I just really didn't feel like it. After that, you know, I was a bit annoyed and stuff, and just haven't had time really. Yeah. Until next time, guys, I'll be back. Me and Paul hopefully going to do a podcast on Sunday. Be nice to get together. Yeah, come on your wines. Let's do this.